Why, hello, Howling Commandos. I have a new episode of Comic Reviews of Fate, and they are brought to you by my comic book that I self-publish, Red Knight. It's available now on my Etsy shop and at primalpapercomics.com. $3 a piece. And by the way, issue 5 is going to be out in a couple of weeks, so keep on the lookout. Now, let's get to some big guns here. Here we go. Here's issue 4 of Captain Marvel by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Dexter Soy. Now, we last left Carol Danvers in World War II. She had inherited her hero's plane, Helen Cobb, who had recently passed away. While flying, she went into a nosedive and woke up in the middle of World War II on an island in the South Pacific, run by Japanese troops, and they apparently got the hold of some Kree spaceship technology, and not sure what they're going to do with it. But let's see, she and a bunch of female pilots who got kind of stranded in the middle too, that call themselves the Banshees, team up and fight. They take out the spaceships and also commandeer them, and pretty easily, take over that base. Now, after that, Carol realizes that she can, I guess, jump forward through time because she sees Helen's plane show up. So we're looking at another time jump. She's almost in a Return of Bruce Wayne kind of way, going forward through time. Leading us into a mystery, like what is Helen Cobb's connection maybe with her trip through time, and what's going on? Pretty interesting stuff, and the action is very awesome, very good writing, very good dialogue, and I'm really interested in this mystery. It's turning out in a way that I wasn't expecting to, in a good way. Wow, this is one of my favorite Marvel titles right now. This is great stuff. And by the way, the art by Soy, I know that's kind of gotten mixed opinions. I find myself liking his art with every issue. Now, I'm not too sure if he's just getting better or I'm getting more used to his style. I'm not sure, or maybe just a little bit of both. But I really enjoyed it in this issue. Maybe he's figured out, kind of the right tone for the style. And he draws a lot more pupils in this issue, by the way. I'm fine with him doing whites of eyes when they're in masks. I don't know. That's a comic book thing. Whatever. But holy shit, what a great book. 5 Ram Chips. Go get this book. Now, hey, another badass Marvel book is Daredevil. Issue 18 by Mark Waid and Cristelli. And by the way, Chris is pretty much the regular penciler now, after going back and forth between a couple artists. And it's fun watching him kind of gain his niche. He's got a nice, much like, I think it was Martin that was the previous artist, he has a great mixture of kind of comic book cartooniness and realism, and it's very well used here. Now, last we left our gang, Foggy thinks Matt's gone apeshit crazy because a few issues ago, the Mole Man had destroyed the cemetery that Matt's father was buried in. And lo and behold, Foggy looks through his desk and sees his father's remains. And Matt can tell through his Daredevil powers that it actually is his father's remains. But guess what? He didn't put it there. But, Foggy's not listening. I mean, come on. I mean, if you were Foggy, would you listen? I mean, all the crazy shit Matt's done. Yeah, he's got a point. So, anyway, he doesn't want to contact Matt, but he comes in contact with this man who desperately needs his help. His sister is being wrongly accused of murdering a crime boss, and there's no one who will help him. So he goes to Murdoch and Nelson, and Foggy just knows he has to call him, so he just does. And meanwhile, Matt's home, off on a date. Actually, he's about to invite Kristen inside when he realizes that, holy shit, his ex-wife is in the apartment. Now, for those who don't remember Mila, she was his wife for time being. She was driven crazy by Mr. Fear, and I think, if memory serves me right, actually killed a person. So she's been in a mental ward. Her parents annulled the marriage, and by the way, considering Matt's other relationships, that's not too bad for her, comparatively so. She's not at least fucking dead. But anyway, yeah, she wakes up in his apartment, and she has no idea that time has passed. So he instead of agitating her, he just sits there and waits. Actually, he puts a sedative in her tea and calls Foggy, and they both need each other, so they both agree to help each other. Foggy goes to the mental ward, as well as Daredevil goes and helps out the investigation on the murder, which takes him to this pretty cool fight with mob guys. God, I miss fights with mob guys. I don't see enough of it. Anyway, his apparent target just disappears out of nowhere. He has no idea what the hell happened. Speaking of not knowing what the hell happened, Foggy goes to check, and hey, his wife's there. What the fuck is going on? God, this is a great book. 5 RAM chips. Mark Waid is, I don't know, one of the best writers ever. The end. Okay, now, speaking of one of the best writers ever, one of my old heroes, Peter David. I've been going on and off on X Factor, and you know, there's Peter David's like been with these characters for so long, and it's a book that's kind of just on the outskirts of everything. Sometimes it's hard to get into because it's got so much concentrated continuity, and also it's an X book. You know, I'm always afraid of jumping into an X book, but it's Peter David. Come on. Let's see. This storyline's been called Breaking Points, and this is issue 244 by Peter David and Leonard Kirk. But let's see. I don't want to give too much away, but let's see. There's let's see, Lorna, last issue discovered that she had accidentally killed her parents when she first used her magnetic powers. Long story short, she had long believed that Magneto killed her parents. See, the thing is that her mother had an affair with Magneto. Good thinking. And while on a plane trip, the plane exploded, and it was highly magnetized, and everybody thought that Magneto, out of jealousy, killed them. But now that they had searched her mind with psychic powers, it's always good to have mutants hanging around, she realized that it was actually her, and she is in a catatonic state. And of course, when you have magnetic powers in a catatonic state, that's not really healthy for anybody. So what Banshee decides to do is hook up with the Banshee character from an earlier issue. Unfortunately, there's only one way she can help her friend, and that's not the ultimate sacrifice, but a pretty big sacrifice. And Leonard Kirk, does his usual capable art here, and it's a pretty solid book. This is definitely a good 4 RAM chips. I'm not sure if this is a great issue to jump in. I would probably just start a few issues earlier. I guess 240, the beginning of Breaking Points. Highly recommend checking this out if you're tired of like all the other shit that goes on with X books. Because I understand there's a lot of people frustrated with the X-Men books, so I totally get it. You should really pick this one up. Now, have I reviewed this yet? I don't think so. It Girl in Atomics?
I don't know if you reviewed that issue. I know you reviewed the first issue.
You know what? I did. It's still 4 RAM chips. And here we go. Oh, no, I reviewed this one too. Alright. Man, I'm totally fucking up. Alright, here we go. Marceline and the Scream Queens. This is issue 3 of 6, and this is written and illustrated by Liz Prince. I love the art. Let me just talk about the art for a second. I love the art in all the Adventure Time books. I guess now we can say that, all the Adventure Time books, now that there's, well, 2. But the art in this Liz Prince's book is just beautiful to look at. I mean, of course, it's that exact kind of style from Adventure Time, but it does have that kind of personality of its own. I really do enjoy it a lot. It's a really beautiful book to look at. It's nice to have a nice cartoony, book. And also, the second all the books have second features, and oh, Liz Prince did that too. It's slightly different style too. It's a little more simplistic. Probably because it's focusing on the Lemonhead guy, who is such a dick. But anyway,
acceptable.
But anyway, let's see. What's I'll just say right now that the band's going through problems because Marceline, is just, I guess, stressing out about everything, and Princess Bubblegum's trying to hold it together, which is interesting because she thought it was just crap that they were doing in the meantime. Now she's the one who really kind of believes in holding it together. This is really nice work. I'm going to give this 5 gram chips. I've been digging this. It's a good way to get into the Adventure Time series. Although, just pick up any Adventure Time comic. They're all pretty easy to get into. But I really do enjoy it. I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.